Hello, people at the house are doing. Today we're listening to Michelle O'Neill's Easter speech or 1916 commemoration speech, whatever you want to call it. So Michelle O'Neill, just a quick background, I'll be as quick as I can on this, is the deputy vice president of Sinn Féin and the vice president of Sinn Féin, whatever you want to think. And this is the Easter parade 2018. So, and she's talking about Irish unity and all that. So we're going to listen and I'm going to talk about it. So it does go on for a long, long time. 13 minutes, but listen, it's well worthwhile listening. So if you could please just take 13 minutes out of your life, I would really appreciate it. I'm not going to be talking, I'm not going to stop the video, I'm just going to let it keep going and then talk a few minutes afterwards. So please just listen to it, and if you don't want to listen to me, then you can turn me off afterwards. But listen to this for 13 minutes, thank you.
Since the Civil Rights Campaign, and a year that marks 20 years on since the signing of the Good Friday Agreement. When we reflect on all of those milestones in our Republican history, we recall their relevance today in the here and the now, where much has changed, but much more is still to be done. Over 100 years ago, Irish women and men, nationalists, Republicans, socialists, trade unionists, Gaelgory, feminists, were gathered in rooms here in Belfast, in County Tyrone, right across this island, in Britain and the USA, in a plan to overthrow the British Empire here in Ireland. They envisaged a new republic, where the people would be sovereign as citizens, not as subjects, where people have fundamental political, cultural, social and economic rights, not arbitrary privileges, where there is equality, not elitism, where there is peace and where there is unity. On Easter Monday, 1916, Padraig Pearse marched with a small number of comrades to the GPO, and he read aloud the proclamation of that new republic. The days that followed, including the execution of the leaders, was to trigger a century of struggle which has shaped Irish politics from then until now. The 1916 Easter Rising was a declaration of freedom that was heard throughout the world. The patriots of 1916 believed a better Ireland is possible, and so do we today. To achieve it, to win our freedom, to win their freedom, they and generations of Republicans since put everything on the line, including their own lives. Sadly, the Ireland of today is not the true republic that was proclaimed in 1916. Our country remains partitioned with two failed states. A century on, Irish Republicans continue to strive towards the new republic that was imagined by the leaders of 1916, that was imagined in the first Dáil and the Democratic Programme of 1919, and by the Republican icons of 1981. Belfast has a long and proud tradition of republicanism, as far back as the United Irishmen and Women, and every phase of our long struggle since. Throughout the 30 years of the recent conflict, many brave Republicans died for our freedom. These were difficult times to be a Republican. Different times and circumstances require different political strategies, but our primary goal and our commitment to Irish freedom remains steadfast. But the journey is never easy. It requires increased effort to mobilise people in support of Republican objectives towards a united Ireland. It's our job to change the political and constitutional conditions and transform and unite this Ireland and its people. And I want to talk a bit about how we're going to do that. But can I just take the opportunity when we're all gathered here today to mention our comrades in Palestine? In recent days, we have seen again the horror of the Israeli state violence against the people of Palestine. The military might of the Israeli state unleashed on the people of Gaza. This is a depressingly familiar vista. The international community looks on as the rule of law is openly flouted. The European Union looks on. The Irish government looks on. This is not good enough. We need action. Leo Varadkar and his government must now show leadership and decisiveness. Israel must be challenged. Their ambassador must be informed that Ireland deplores their aggression, that Ireland stands for peace in Palestine and for an independent Palestinian state. So the Taoiseach should send the Israeli ambassador home and move immediately to recognise the state of Palestine. The ending of partition and shaping a new and agreed Ireland between orange and green remains the only political solution for everyone on this island. Over the past 2 decades, Ireland has been transformed as a result of the peace process, and the Good Friday Agreement has been its cornerstone. It provides for a peaceful and democratic way to end partition and to unite the country. When it was signed 20 years ago, it offered a new hope and a new future. It recognised that the constitutional and political conditions of the North had to fundamentally change. No longer could the British Union estate deny nationalists equality of opportunity, parity of esteem, recognition of our Irish national identity, or political power. The Good Friday Agreement is now under attack by some within the DUP and within the British Tory party because they did not sign up to it. They don't believe in what it represents. They don't believe in party of esteem, in equality, in mutual respect for all in society. The Assembly election last March was brought to a head by the lack of the respect and the arrogance shown by the DUP towards those that we represent, you and your families and the wider Irish Nationalist Republican people. The DUP sought to set aside the principles of equality and the principles of respect. They were involved in financial scandals which undermined public confidence in the institutions. They insulted broad nationalism, Irish language speakers, ethnic minorities, and our gay and lesbian brothers and sisters. And the British government repeatedly refused to honour their agreements, and they continued their cover-up of their dirty war here in Ireland. It was not acceptable to Sinn Féin, and our friend and leader Martin McGuinness acted, and he called time. Martin made it clear at that time there would be no return to the status quo, and zero tolerance of incompetence, of arrogance, and of inequality. We fought a second election in May, and we significantly increased our mandate once more. We entered into political talks to re-establish the executive on the principles of equality, respect and integrity, and to have agreements fully implemented. For over a year, Sinn Féin were engaged in political talks with the DUP and the two governments, and the leadership of both parties reached a fair and balanced accommodation, a draft agreement, which we felt could address our concerns and provide a basis to restore the executive without further delay. However, Arlene Foster and the DUP leadership failed to deliver on this, and they chose to withdraw from the talks and to collapse the process. For now, just for now, they are under no pressure from the British government to move, because Theresa May is in hock to the DUP. It therefore comes as no surprise that the British government has put, once again, its selfish interests before ours. But let's be very clear here today. The rights issues are not going to go away. We are not going to go away. There is no excuse for denying civil, social and cultural rights. We need to secure the rights of Irish language speakers, the right to marriage equality, the right to families to an inquest, rights that are enjoyed by citizens elsewhere on these islands. Standing still is not an option. The onus is now on the two governments to act. They must reaffirm their support for the full implementation of agreements, and the absence of an executive establish the British-Irish Intergovernmental Conference. Reconciliation is a vital part of our work as a party. Republicans and Unionists have conflicting narratives, conflicting histories, and conflicting allegiances. That's the reality. Part of the journey to reconciliation is about recognising that to be the case. Much hurt has been caused and real pain inflicted on all sides of the community. It takes time to heal those wounds and to build a new society together where we all respect each other. The whole point in having joint heads of government in the executive is because there is a responsibility on the two main political leaders to bridge the divide between us and between those that we represent. That is what I am up for. That is where I am focused. But I need a unionist leader who is also up for that, so that together we can serve the entire community fairly. I will not lead in an unjust government which denies citizens their rights, so we need to remove the obstacles to fix that. Ending partition has now taken on a new dynamic because of Brexit. The Good Friday Agreement's political institutions, human rights guarantees, all Ireland bodies, the constitutional and legal right of people to exercise their right to self-determination, and a united Ireland through consent must all be protected. I am confident that as the consequences of Brexit become clearer, and as we get closer to the withdrawal stage, that more and more people from Unionist background will be open to exploring new relationships on this island and between our islands, because Brexit exposes the undemocratic nature of partition. Sinn Féin believes there should be a referendum vote on Irish unity within the next 5 years. I believe now is the time to plan a new and agreed Ireland, in which all identities and traditions have a place and the opportunity to contribute to our shared nation. Sinn Féin is about transforming Ireland and uniting our country for everyone. We want to build, shape and be part of leading in that new Ireland. We don't want to face inwards and talk about it. We want to face outwards and listen to those who don't want it. It's our task to persuade those people why it's in their best economic and political interest to share power not only at Stormont but on an all-island basis. We believe Irish unity on the basis of equality offers the very best future for all of our people on this island. Therefore, we need to listen and understand Unionist fears and reassure Unionist people of their place in an agreed Ireland. They too must belong, not as a minority but as equals. Those of us who are United Irelanders, all of you here, must sell our vision. We are confident about the economic and social and political benefits a new Ireland will bring. Irish unity is now firmly on the agenda. Be in no doubt that we are entering a defining period in our Irish political history. The opportunities for real change are within our grasp. The old certainties are gone. The perpetual unionist majority has ended. Europe is in a state of flux. So this is a time for big ideas. Now is the time to build that new Ireland. Now is the time to deliver a real republic. With others, Sinn Féin wants a society that's based on equality, one that's based on fairness, and one that's based on prosperity. We want to be in government on both parts of this island to serve the Irish people and deliver that real republic. To deliver the ideals of the 1916 proclamation and to unite all the people of this island in equality and mutual respect together. Comrades, I will finish with this. Take nothing for granted. It's only through activism that we will bring about a new Ireland. Let's never look back with regret. Let's never wonder, could we have done more? Let's keep moving forward. Let's be the generation that delivers a new republic. And I look forward to the Easter when we stand at the graveside of our patriot dead and we say we have achieved that new Ireland, because that is the only true and proper tribute to all of our Irish patriots. Gormila Mayagov.
So that was Michelle Neill, the Deputy Vice President of Sinn Féin, or the the assistant person, or whatever you want to call it. So she did raise a few points there, which I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to talk about in another video, because this video was dragged on and on. The United Ireland vote in the next 5 years, before the next 5 years, or during the period from now to, I don't know when, for 5 years, in that kind of time space from now into that. But I would like to see it this month, to be honest with you. I'd like to see it right now, right here. But no, they won't. So, sad face in that. But she did raise a good lot of points that Unionists and Nationalists do have different backlashes, and that's just keeping us from doing that. Which makes sense. I mean, we don't all come from the same tree. We have different backgrounds. One of us is Catholic, one of us is Protestant. We go to different churches. We don't really say different prayers. They do believe in. It's just different kind of way of religion, to be honest with you. Like, it's not that difficult, to be honest with you. To try and suppose reconcile our differences. Suppose forget the past and look forward to the present. Never look back to the dark years. Well, the dark times, and always remember our heroes. I suppose that's what she was kind of saying. This is all because of the 1916 Rising commemoration, which is good, and it's good that she's taking off the heroes and what they wanted and what they believed and what they sacrificed their lives for. So I give her that. So yeah, that's all really me to say. I said I'd make another video tomorrow and I can discuss it better, because it's a lot to take in. So try and take it in the best you can, and I suppose Gumi Amalgada, she said in Irish, which means thank you very much. So yeah, thank you very much. Subscribe more and bye.